Welcome to Fresh Off the Set. I'm Kari Hawker-Diaz.
And I'm Brooke Mangum. Thanks so much for joining us today. A very extra special episode.
Okay, so we both know Whitney Rose from the Housewives of Salt Lake City, and she's our guest today, and she's so nice.
She really is. She's the type of person that what you see is what you get. And we knew her before she was a housewife.
Yeah.
And I remember, that feeling when you know somebody before and they're about to do something crazy and you're kind of like, man,
Hold on, here we go.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, oh man, I hope they don't make my friend look bad. And she's amazing. And you couldn't make her look bad because she doesn't say anything rude ever.
You know what? She's so
just
right.
kind.
She is exactly what you see. And I was talking with her, you'll hear this in a little bit, but about if, she is this character or if she's for, herself or how she wants people to view her. And she said, I'm me. I hope people see me as me.
And isn't that what we all want in our day-to-day lives?
Yeah.
I can't imagine doing something like that and being on display that way, especially because you aren't playing a character, right?
Yeah.
And people get into your lives. They're in your husband's life. They're in your kid's life. But it really is beautiful and brave. And I'm just so proud of her. And, all the other housewives that are doing that. And they're putting Salt Lake City on the map. Like, now when you go places, people go, oh, like the Housewives. And everyone always asks you, do you know the Housewives, right?
Yeah, everybody asks you, exactly. And people love Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Because we're great.
This is the one they like to watch. And she has her beauty line, Wild Rose Beauty. And make sure to give a listen to the entire podcast because she's giving everyone a code, which is awesome of her to do.
Okay, well, whatever she's doing, I want to be doing it because she just glows from the inside out and is just a beautiful rose.
Her skin, that's a good way to put it. Her skin is amazing.
Yeah.
It's like literally glowing. We need to get some of her stuff. Maybe we'll use the code and go on and
Okay.
order some
Well,
stuff.
I'm gonna have to listen to this so I can get the code and do this also. Let's take it away. Let's go.
Let's listen. I am so excited to introduce our next guest of Fresh Off the Set. It's Whitney Rose from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Thank you so much for being here today, Whitney.
Thank you so much for having me, Kari.
Oh my gosh, it's so great to see you. So we have a mutual friend, Nicole, that we go back. I mean, Nicole and I first worked on set through TMG years ago, and you've known her for how long?
I've known Nicole for 8 years.
Long time.
Yeah, long time. I haven't seen her since last time I was in the studio with you after season 1.
That's right. It's been a minute. Well, okay, so season 2 aired, and we wanted to talk to you a little bit about the other season. So we'll start with, how did you even get on the show, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? How does one get on a show like that?
Well, it's really interesting because when producers reached out to me, I only had 600 followers on Instagram. It was mostly of random photos of the beach, food, the sky. I am not a social media girl. I've never put myself out there. But Heather Gay recommended me.
Okay.
So when they start casting in a city, producers usually find, someone usually brings production there. So Lisa Barlow brought in a production company and started reaching out to everyone they know. So they talked to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women. And Heather Gay actually recommended me because I had met Heather on the set of a photo shoot. I actually did a boudoir photo shoot for Justin, and Heather was the photographer.
Oh my gosh, that's how
I
you guys
her.
met.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad she recommended you because look where we are now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that's how it all worked. Did you have any reservations about being on the show? Were you worried about anything? And had you watched other seasons of Housewives?
Oh, yeah. I've been a huge Housewife fan since it started. When I had my daughter Bobby 12 years ago, I started watching Beverly Hills, Orange County. And at first I was like, what is this? It's kind of a train wreck, but I can't stop watching it.
You just want to watch it.
Yeah. So I started watching all of the cities, New York, Atlanta, Potomac, Dallas. And in a weird way, I kind of feel like I manifested it.
Yeah.
I never thought it would be something I would want to do or could do, but the opportunity presented itself and I just jumped on and I was like, why not?
Here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. I love Atlanta.
3 seasons later.
3 seasons.
3 seasons.
Okay, so have you filmed the 3rd season?
We just wrapped season 3.
You just wrapped season 3. Do you know when it will be out yet? Have they told you guys?
No, we have no idea when it's going to be out.
We don't
Probably
know.
fall.
Fall. Okay. Yeah. What's one thing you wish that you would have known before you started filming any of this? In the very beginning, is there anything that you were like, dang, I wish I knew that?
I wish I would have known really how much toxic and hate there is in the world.
Okay.
I lived in a little bubble of love, light, and happiness, and I didn't really realize when you put yourself out there in such a big way, what can come back, love, light, but also the other side of reality TV, which is like a lot of drama, a lot of haters, a lot of people. It's weird to have people just comment on your life. For the most part, I get a lot of love and kindness sent back to me, but
good.
You know, occasionally there's the like haters, and I didn't realize how much personal growth I was gonna have to do to deal with other people's opinions about me.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yes.
Personal growth to deal with that. Is that kind of how you deal with it too? Is just a lot of like looking at yourself and how you see it? Because really it's how you control what you read and what you know, because of course it's going to hurt. People can be mean.
Yeah, that is the thing I've learned is they're just words. If these people like were saying it to me in a different language, would I even know what they're saying? Would it hurt the same way? It's just words, right?
Yeah.
So that's probably my favorite thing about this experience so far is the growth I've gone through personally, spiritually, and professionally.
Well, you are love and light. I mean, that's what I think. I met you, I think it was like your birthday party or Nicole's birthday party or something at your house like years ago. And that's exactly who you are. So I'm glad you can spread love and light because we need more of that in this world. So let's go to season 2. What's one moment in season 2 that you wish people got to see more of? Because I imagine there's a lot filmed that people don't get to see.
Yeah, I feel like my family. I have such an amazing family.
Oh,
my family's so
do.
dynamic. I have 3 stepsons, Austin, McCade, Trey. 2 of them are married. I'm actually a grandma. I have
You are not
twin
a grandma.
grandsons. Yes.
Hottest grandma ever.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing.
Well, through marriage, my stepson, he married a really cute girl with twins. So I'm step grandma.
So you have an extended family other than what we get to see with the,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. And then I have Bobby and Brooks who are 12 and 9, and they're just the cutest, sweetest kids. So season 2, because we had so much drama, we didn't really dive into any of our personal lives. And so I feel like a lot of the sides of me, like as a mom, as a wife, as a friend, that, you know, outside of the show doesn't really pull through, and me as a businesswoman too.
Yeah. Do you think we'll get to see that more in season 3?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, good. Okay, going back also to season 2, what's one moment that you wish maybe you or someone else would have acted differently?
Oh, like most of the time I acted. No, I think the trip to Zion was a lot because I was heavily intoxicated the entire time. You kind of have to be to deal with some of this stuff, and
It's probably a lot.
yeah, and you know, for those of us that get along in the group, we just like take shots because that's how you get through it. Because you just have to drink and laugh and get through it. But there's a few moments where I'm like, why am I chasing everyone around the house in this red dress, this red lipstick? And then I think the biggest though, I don't regret it. I just didn't understand at the time the implications of just being real is when I did Love is Art with Justin. So, you know, you forget that, yeah, that's me and I'm proud of it. I have a strong marriage and I love to show myself in all my forms, and sexuality is something I'm a big advocate for women, however you want to express that, I'm an advocate for, but I didn't realize there'd be such implications of doing it on national television.
I think it's amazing because, you know, you are such a good example of like, I am who I am. I'm proud of it. I have a great marriage. I, you know, love myself. And I think that's inspiring for people. So I hopefully most people took that away from it, you know?
I hope.
Yeah. We hope. When it comes to reality TV, many people think it's actually reality, right? And I'm sure you've been asked this question a million times. How much of what we see is real and how much is dramatized for TV purposes? Because they have to make it entertaining, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's very real and it's very dramatized. I think they kind of go hand in hand. What's interesting is the way that we show up in our opinions and our feelings. Hopefully that's authentically us. I know it's authentically me. But we really do show up in these situations and moments together as ourselves. But you have to remember, we're in a vacuum. They keep us like we're in silos. So me, Lisa, Heather, Meredith, Jen, like we're all going through these experiences, but without like understanding of the other side. Does that make sense? So that's where the drama comes in. So typically, Kari, if I'm like, hey, you offended me, then you'd just be like, I'm sorry, I won't do that again, right? But it's like, in these show situations, when something happens, we're like pulled away with our producer and they really dive into how we think and feel about it. And then we come into these situations all amped up and hyper, like.
Because you're not getting the other side of it. You're not able to calm down and really talk to that person. They separate you.
Yeah, so they really want us to live out the conflicts in front of each other and show real life resolution. And if you think back, like even just 10 years ago of Housewives, that's all it was. It was real friends, just problem resolution, having fun. But somehow Housewives has turned into like, if you're not being federally indicted, getting divorced, you know,
all of those things.
Yeah, then there's no drama. So it's just
no drama.
Yeah,
it's intense.
It's intense. It's a lot.
But
does that make sense? It's like it's like really us, but it is hard because it's dramatized by us being like our emotions being like what's the word? Like over dramatized.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. So there are the problems are real and the situations are real, and you know maybe you've offended somebody or somebody's offended you, but they fluff it, right?
Yeah.
So it has to be. I mean, they got to do that for TV.
It's just part of the job.
It's part of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's why people watch too. Is they want to see all the real situations too. Did you know any of the other women before, other than Heather, before going into this?
No, I knew of Mary Cosby. I knew some of her family. Mary's cousin was my contractor in Draper. The house he came to in Draper.
Yeah.
He did the bar in my basement and all that.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he did all of that in my backyard. So I had always heard about Mary, but I had never met her until we were casted together.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about your fashion, because that's like one of the big points of the show is everybody just looks amazing, and I'm sure it's so fun to pick out your outfits. How do you pick out your outfits? And does someone help you? Do you have direction? Is it you?
Yeah, so all of season 1, I literally just pulled from my closet. Everything that I already had, just did it on my own. I've never really been into fashion. I've always liked nice things like handbags, sunglasses, shoes, but when it comes to clothes, I'm pretty basic and simple. But after season 1, I kind of got a taste of it, and I kind of really enjoy the fashion side of it now. I work with people on big looks, like when we have to do big photo shoots or big events. I work with my friend TJ here in Utah. He's at Nordstrom.
Go TJ.
Yeah, go TJ. And then I also work with a stylist out of LA where she helps me get those bigger looks, like gowns from designers. And
sure.
Yeah.
Because there's the reason why they're talented like that. They know what they're looking for. They know it fits your body. Is that more of season 2, kind of what we saw with, did you have more help with season 2? Because I feel like in all of it, you look amazing, but.
Yeah, so season 2, TJ mostly helped me. Season 3, I went back to doing it by myself, and then having help with the bigger looks. For like, we got to redo some of our photo shoots. I can't really tell you what,
fun.
So those kind of looks I worked with Katie, but I also work with local. I like to work local, so I wear a lot of stuff from local Utah designers too.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I love that. You support local.
I do. Yeah.
Let's talk about reunion looks and everything. How long does it take you to get ready for the reunion? Because those are big gowns. Those are big. Like, it's a big deal.
Okay. The reunion's like the Super Bowl of
Okay.
Housewives.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it's like a lot of prep. How it works is they give us a mood board, and they pick the color scheme and the mood board, the look, the kind of fabrics they want, and we are left to our own devices of finding that, but ultimately Bravo approves it. So we send in, how it works is we'll buy a bunch of gowns, we have to try them on, send ourselves into Bravo, like our pictures into Bravo.
Of you wearing each one?
Yeah, but I, for season 1 and season 2, I actually did not shop local. I went to a designer called Leah Stubla. She's in Eastern Europe. She's an up-and-coming designer, and I just sent her the color scheme and all that, and my measurements, and she made the gown.
It was
Both
beautiful.
Gowns, yeah.
I mean, both of them. Yeah, I can see now that you're saying they give you like a mood board, because kind of all the colors go together and there's like a theme, right? A little bit.
Yeah, yes.
Okay,
Definitely more season 1 than season 2.
Yes. More on reunion too. What is it like when you film? How long does it take? And where do you film it?
So season 1 we filmed in New York, and season 2 we were in LA. It's fun. They fly you out. They put you up in a nice place. It's a long day. We start glam anywhere. Well, we get COVID tested at like 4 to 5 a.m.
Oh, then there's all
You know,
that
because
too.
we have all that. I don't know if you do that here in the studio, but with filming, it's insane, the protocols. But I was up at 4 for my COVID test. A car picked me up at 5, drove me down to the studio. You're in hair and makeup for a good 3 hours. And then it is about 10 to 12 hours of filming straight.
Wow. And I know that people want to see so much of it. So of course they want to break it up into like 3 different, sections. And do you feel like just all kind of being together? Like, are you close together? Do you have like trailers off, set?
We each have our own trailer, our own glam trailer, offset. And it kind of depends on if everyone's getting along or not, but they'll definitely put women who are still feuding on opposite ends.
Oh my gosh.
We call them our handlers. Our handlers will keep us apart. That's kind of our inside joke.
You got to separate them.
Yeah, that's what, we call our producers our handlers.
Handlers, yeah.
Yeah, our babysitters.
I imagine it goes kind of back and forth too. I bet it's, some points when you're all together filming, some people are getting along, other people might not be the next time. So it's probably just like, you never know what you're going to get.
It's exhausting. And I think that's why people love Salt Lake City so much, is because the dynamics can shift at any given second.
Mm-hmm. Drum roll for season 3. We can't say
Yes.
much, but okay. So talking about an entire season, Whitney, how long does it take to film like an entire season? Is it like months, weeks? What is it?
Yeah, if everything's going well, it's about a 14-week period.
Okay.
Yeah, so anywhere from 3 to 4 months. We started in January and we wrapped in April.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, for the whole thing. And then do you pick like the parties and the things that you guys do? Do you guys each come up with your own ideas, or do the producers do that?
Yeah, we come up with the ideas. So at the beginning of the season, we send in what activities we want to do, what events we have coming up in our life. They try to follow what's really going on in your life. So-and-so's birthday, I have this new product launch, and they build the season around our reality.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But there are a few times where they're like, hey, we found this really cool spot. Would you ever go there? Is that something you'd be interested in?
Mm-hmm. To kind of see if it's something that you guys would do.
Yeah, they try to keep it authentic to the person, like, hosting.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. But do you remember the hot pots where Jen, Heather, and I went down to Mystic Hot Springs?
Oh, yeah, I do. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, normally if you're in a fight with a friend, you wouldn't drive all the way down there. But, things like that.
Hot pots next to somebody.
Yeah. But, that's part of Utah that other places don't have, is the scenic views, the mountains.
It's so beautiful here. You guys do a really good job of kind of showing all areas of Utah. Is there a place you guys went and filmed that has been like your favorite so far out of both seasons? Zion was pretty.
Zion was like breathtaking.
It was really, really pretty.
And we filmed at Snow Basin a lot this year, and I had never skied there, and that was a really pretty resort too.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys do a good job of kind of showing our landscape and all the different places there are, and restaurants and things. It's fun to see. It's definitely fun to see. When it comes to you on the show, do you feel like it's an accurate representation of you? And sometimes fans talk about maybe you and other housewives, they talk everything is 100% real or 100% fake. Do you want them to see you as you on the show or more as a character?
I hope that it's me. Like, I really hope that people see me as me. I want to be me in everything that I do. Now, granted, sometimes things are dramatized, or, you're only looking at something from one perspective.
Yeah.
Or they're only sharing one perspective of a story.
Yeah.
But I'm me. Like, this is me when I'm filming. This is me when I'm sitting here with you in front of my kids. Like it, love it, hate it, leave it. I don't care. I just try to be myself, because I promise you, I don't know how people who fake it catches up to them.
It must be exhausting.
And you can't sustain that. You can't sustain lies.
Yeah. And if you're just you're you.
Yep.
And that's kind of how you have been, I feel like, throughout all of this. I've known you before and then now since the show, and you are that's who you are, and we appreciate you for that too.
Thank you.
Sure. What's one thing that you wish people knew more about you?
That's a good question.
And is it kind of like open game on the show? Are there things you're like, no, we're not going there? Is there anything that like you want people to know or wish that people knew more about you?
I am such an open book, and I think season 3, I'm already preparing. The first half is going to be brutal to watch, but I'm an open book. I think that I can't even pinpoint something I wish that people knew more. I think just how much I love being a mom, and I'm a very active mom with my kids. They come first, and like yesterday, I almost got kicked off the sidelines of a soccer game.
Oh no, I have a 5-year-old, so I haven't gotten to that point in life yet, but I hear it gets intense.
Oh, Kari.
Maybe they need to film at one of those games for the show.
Oh yes, yeah, it was the last game of the season, and we needed to win to rank up in placement. And it was, I had to walk off the field.
Okay, you had to take a moment.
Yeah, we were getting in trouble.
You become mama bear. Yes. I could see that. You become very protective of your children, So that's that's tough if things aren't going well and you want to protect your kids. So
yeah, but I definitely season 3, I think we'll see a lot more of my family.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah.
Well, your kiddos are so cute. And carpool. You love carpool.
Carpool.
What's something that you feel that you've been misjudged on? Because I'm sure that happens a lot.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the show and just in general.
I feel like I get put in a box just because, I'm blonde. I show I don't know what I can and can't say on this podcast, but I mean, I wear low-cut shirts. I'm proud of my body. I'm proud of who I am. And I think that people are really shocked when they realize that I'm smart and I have a college education. I'm an entrepreneur. I think people they're like stunned when they find out that I read books, that I actually work very hard on my, intellectual and spiritual side.
And thank you for respecting the podcast because, we are family friendly.
Yeah.
We have a show, so thank you for doing that. That's awesome of you. But yeah, that's all you. And I just feel like it must be so hard to be on TV and want to be yourself and want people to know, hey, this is me. And I'm actually, I'm educated. I'm a boss babe. I have a company I run, and people can judge you on so many other things. And so it's like all about, I loved how you said, internalizing and doing like self-work because you can't control what other people do or say and I think you do really well with that.
Yeah, I think that's my biggest piece of advice is when you're triggered, look inward to see why and where the trigger is coming from.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Deep conversations by Whitney. That's good. That's very true. That's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of being a boss babe with your business, tell us about your business, when you launched, and how the relaunch is going.
Yeah, so it's been 6 months since the rebrand of Wild Rose Beauty. It's going so well, we can't keep product in stock.
That's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem to have, but it's also very hard to keep scaling with the growth of my business. But a lot of amazing things are happening. Lots of growth. I'm opening in new markets. I'm looking at going retail soon.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, my goal is 18 months from now to have some end caps in some stores.
Oh my gosh.
But it's really good. I'm really proud of the success, and I have amazing customers. They're so loyal, and my brand ambassadors are amazing. I couldn't have done it without all of them, but it's good.
When did you launch? When did you originally launch it before? How long has it been?
So Iris and Beau, I had 5 years ago, I started working on developing and putting the line together.
And what made you so interested in wanting to get into the world of skincare?
I actually have really bad skin.
You wouldn't know it now.
Yeah, no, I've changed my skin. You can see right here, I have like irritation right now because I used a different product.
Okay.
So you reacted, yeah.
So good products.
I'm not I'm not an esthetician. I'm not a dermatologist, nothing like that. I'm just a skincare enthusiast. That's where all my money goes. Since I was 18, I was spending my entire paycheck in the spa on skincare. I just love it because I have bad skin. I'd break out. I would get eczema. So I just started paying attention to what products were working and not working, and I started making my own serums at like age like 18 to 20.
Look at that. That's how it starts. That's amazing.
Yeah, and I got together with my ex-business partner. My previous business partner, he and I put it all together, and that was Iris and Bo. I bought him out and rebranded to Wild Rose Beauty.
I love the name. Obviously, it goes so well with you, but the name, I love the rebrand. It's so cool. And you have like serums, moisturizers. Tell me about your line.
Yeah, so right now I only relaunched with 6 products. So our daily regimen is five products: cleanser, toner, hyaluronic acid, our peptide serum, and glow moisturizer. Glow is like our flagship product that everyone
That's
is
like
obsessed
the one
with.
that
Yeah,
everyone loves.
everyone's obsessed with Glow and Oxygen's. I can't speak right now. Oxygen serum.
Well, it's done so well, and I'm so proud of you. And
And we just launched our stem cell night cream, which I'm super excited about. But I hope the rebrand really was because I want to be out on my own, and it's a stronger brand recognition to my name. Mm-hmm. And I want to branch into other verticals in the beauty industry, like color and makeup.
That would be so good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see all that. I know you'll just kill it at that. That's fun, Whitney. That's a lot of fun. What advice do you have for women who want to start their own business? Is there anything? I'm sure there's a lot, but if you could kind of,
In a condensed version is just consistency. It's not going to be easy. It takes a lot of time, a lot of work. Stay focused. Find maybe just one thing that works and focus on it and stay consistent in that.
Okay.
And just know there's going to be ups and downs, and you have to let go of things that you think are going to be a great idea. If they don't work, to pivot quickly, but stay consistent in the things that are working.
Stay consistent. That's really good advice. That's good. And if we want to get your product just online right now, right? We just go to your website. Where can we get it?
Yeah, wildrosebeauty.com. And I'll actually do a discount for all of your listeners. We'll do
Yay!
Fresh Living 20. We'll do 20% off for anyone that's listening.
You're amazing. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, of course.
Use the code Fresh Living on her website for 20% off Wild Rose Beauty. And if we want to follow you too, Whitney, where can we go?
Whitney Wild Rose on Instagram, Twitter. I'm now on TikTok too.
Hey, by the way, you should watch ours too. We think we're pretty funny.
Okay, I'm gonna start pulling inspiration.
We have Mackenzie and Elise are top notch at ideas with us, and we have a good time. So you got to watch ours too.
Okay.
We'll start following you for
as
sure.
well.
It's a whole new world, right?
Yeah,
TikTok.
I resisted for so long, but now I'm like, okay,
We're here.
I get it.
We've arrived.
Yes.
Okay, I usually like to end my interviews with what I call the Fresh 5. I've extended it a little bit, so there's a little bit more. It's Fresh 10 for you today. So they're just little questions. You just can kind of say like what you feel off the top of your head. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, guacamole or salsa? Very important question.
Oh, that is so hard.
That's tough.
It is so tough, but at the end of the day, salsa.
At the end of the day, salsa.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather attend a party or host a party?
I love hosting.
You like hosting?
I do.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When it comes to coffee, are you a hot or iced girl?
Hot.
Hot. I even drink hot coffee in the summer. I'm
Yeah,
crazy
me
like
too.
that. Yeah, that's just what I just
I
do
have
it.
to have a hot drink in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something like cozy and soothing about it, huh? Do you have a spirit animal?
Tiger.
Tiger. I like that. I like that. What's one thing you can't live without? Is there something that you're like, I have to have this?
Moisturizer.
Yeah, that's a good one. For everyone listening out there, use your moisturizer and maybe go to Wild Rose Beauty and get your moisturizer.
Yeah, no, if I were left in the wilderness, it'd be moisturizer or chapstick, and I'd probably use them equally.
Yeah, a little of both.
Yeah.
Nothing's worse than like having that dry feeling on your face
Yeah.
too. One thing most people would be surprised to know about you. I know we kind of talked about that a little bit ago. Is there anything that people may not know? Like, oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's such a good
Are you from
question.
here?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Utah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, local. That's very cool.
I mean, I have my family has a memorial here. I come from like the first Mormon pioneers.
Well, look at that.
Yeah, you can go visit Robinson Memorial in American Fork.
That's cool. That's something very cool. Pizza or tacos?
These are
That's
I
difficult.
love them both. Probably pizza.
Pizza. Laundry or dishes? Is there one that
Dishes. I
Okay.
hate laundry.
You'd rather do the dishes?
Yes.
Okay. New York or Los Angeles?
New York.
New York. City girl. Okay, and last one. You're at the movie theater. What's your go-to treat?
Popcorn, and I dump Reese's Pieces at the bottom of it.
That sounds magical. So it kind of gets all
Yeah.
melty.
Yeah, well, you have to wait till the popcorn's not as hot, and then there's something about the butter popcorn with the Reese's Pieces mix, but I recently developed a peanut allergy, so I can't do that anymore.
No, like recently?
Yeah, just over the last couple of years.
Oh no.
I think I ate too much peanut butter.
Well, we'll have to switch it up, find a new treat.
Yeah.
But that one sounds really good. Okay.
Sour Patch Kids.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
That's like my go-to. I love that. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming in today and talking with us. And season 3 will be sometime-ish this year.
Oh, yeah.
And you excited for people to see that one?
Yeah, season 3's so different. It was a really hard season for me. I'm going through a lot with my family right now. My, my father and other family members, a lot has stirred up from the past, and it's going to be difficult to watch that back. But season 3, the dynamic shifts so much. It's so surprising. It's intense. I hope it all comes together and everyone loves it.
I'm sure they will. Yeah. And I know they appreciate you being you, because that's something that is not easy to do. So thank you for being so open.
And we have a lot of fun too.
Always, right?
Yeah.
Always. We're so excited to see it. Whitney, one more time, where can we follow you?
Whitney Wild Rose on all social medias, and my website is wildrosebeauty.com. And enjoy 20% off with Fresh Living 20.
You're amazing. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Whitney.
thanks for
Great to
having
see
me.
you. Can't wait to see season 3. Thank you so much. And thank you for listening. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe. And we will see you next week. Congrats, you made it to the end. If you want to continue to freshen up your day, you can watch us on Fresh Living every weekday on CBS Channel 2 in Utah at 1 o'clock. You can also watch us on our YouTube channel, KUTV Fresh Living, and follow us on social media. We will see you next week.